morning, everyone. So today, if my camera will focus, maybe, we are going to be talking about comparing fractions with the same numerator. Comparing fractions with the same numerator. All right, now that I've written that, let's see if my camera will focus on it. There we go. Okay, comparing fractions with the same numerator. So to do this, you have to be very careful, okay? So unlike when it's the same denominator, now we're going to have a different denominator. Our top number, our numerator, our piece is going to be the same, but our denominator will be different. So let's just look at an example together. So if I had the fraction 1/6 is greater than, less than, or equal to 1/3. So, like I've said, my numerators are the same, but my denominators are different. I've got 6 on this side, and I've got thirds on this side. So I'm going to draw these out just like I've been doing. Going to use a circle, and we're going to divide it into 6 for this one, because that's the fraction we are dealing with. So we have 6, and I know, again, that one piece will be shaded in. Over here, I'm not going to be drawing 6 because I'm dealing with thirds. So I'm going to draw a circle, and I'm going to divide it into thirds. And I know that one piece of my thirds is going to be shaded. Now looking at the pieces that are shaded, so this 1/6 and this 1/3, looking at them, can you tell which one is bigger? So our bigger piece is going to be this 1/3, so 1/6 is going to be less than 1/3. Okay? And something very important to note is that the bigger your denominator, the smaller your pieces of your whole are going to be. So I'm going to write that down over here. The bigger the denominator, the smaller the pieces of the whole. So the bigger the denominator, the smaller the pieces. So let's look at this one, for example. So with our 6, our circle is divided up into smaller pieces than our thirds. Okay? So our pieces are bigger, and with our 6, our pieces are smaller. So let's look at another problem. Let's say we have the fraction 2/4 is greater than, less than, or equal to 2/8. Let's just look at this. So, just like up here, I'm going to draw a picture. I'm going to use a circle. And over here, I'm going to have it divided into fourths. And I'm going to color in 2 of those fourths. 1, 2. Over here, I'm going to have my circle, but I'm going to have it divided into 8ths instead of fourths, because our denominator over here is 8ths. So I'm going to color in 2 of these pieces. All right, so now I can look at my drawings, and I can see, okay, Well, what has taken up more? What has more shaded to it? Well, looking, I can see that my pieces of my fourths are bigger because my denominator is 4. So going back to this note up here, the bigger the denominator, the smaller the pieces. So our denominator over here is 8, which means our pieces are going to be pretty small. But our denominator on this left side is 4, so our fourths are going to be bigger than our eighths. So can you tell which is, or what your answer is going to be? So we have 2/4 is greater than, less than, or equal to 2/8. So 2/4 is actually going to be greater than 2/8. It's going to be more. Can you see that with our drawing? Okay. All right, let's look at another one. Let's look at 3/6 is greater than, less than, or equal to 3/4. Just like with my other two, I'm going to use a circle. So I'm going to have this left circle divided into 6. And I'm going to have this circle on the right side divided into fourths. So I know that over here on this 3/6 side, I'm going to have 3 pieces shaded in. So 1, 2, and 3. And I know on this fourth side, I need to have 3 pieces shaded in. So 1, 2, 3 pieces shaded in. So looking at our pictures, can you tell what your answer is going to be? So we're going to have 3/6 is going to be less than 3/4. Because again, going back to our note up here, our denominator of 6 is going to have more pieces, which means our pieces are going to be smaller. And over here we only have fourths, so they're a little bit bigger than our 6 pieces. Okay? So I want you to take a minute, pause this video, get these copied down into your notes if you weren't doing them along with me. And I'm going to put one more over here that I would like for you to try. To pause this video, try it, and then come back and see if you were correct. So let's use the fraction 2/3 is greater than, less than, equal to 2/8. I want you to pause this video and try this one and then come back to check yourself. All right, so 2/3, I'm going to divide my circle into thirds. And I know that 2 of these pieces are going to be shaded. And over here, I'm going to divide my circle into 8s. Ooh, that was not a very good circle. Again, we're doing our best to keep our pieces the same size. All right, and I know that 2 of my pieces are going to be shaded in. And looking at my comparisons, I can see that 2/3 has more of my circle shaded than this 2/8. So 2/3 is going to be greater than 2/8. All right, so today you're going to have some practice in comparing fractions with the same numerator. And you can find that listed under your classwork in your Google Classroom. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.